Indieground is about to go live online. Interviews with fresh, independent artists you hear on Indieground. Tuesday nights on the Monster.
Streaming video on the Monster Facebook page at RX931, the Monster YouTube channel at RX931, and twitch.tv/Monster RX931.
Your host, Rhea Rams. Stand by and enjoy the program.
You guys doing? Oh my gosh, we are live, not just on air on the radio, but also on Facebook, Twitch, and on YouTube for what a very, very special thing coming your way. What? Again, Faces at Indieground. We are back, if I'm not mistaken, episode 2 already. What is it and why is it under Soundtrip? Okay, Soundtrip. First, Alt Indie. We do this every Tuesday, hosted by Kayla Rivera, but now we're filling in for Kayla Rivera, and we are not alone. We have a very special person in the booth with us. Okay, we're talking about another person that you guys might have heard from our Indieground playlist the past couple of years, a favorite here on the Monster, a personal favorite as well. Once again, my name is Gail of Wild and Wicked. It is Indieground and Monsters. Let's give it up for Lucas Pison. How you doing? Woohoo!
Glad to be here. Thank you for having me.
Okay, first and foremost, welcome to the Monster. If I'm not mistaken, this is your first time in the booth.
Yes, it is. It is. It's a huge deal.
Oh, and of course, I know a lot of you guys are already in the comments saying like, oh my gosh, he looks like a Prince Charming. I know. Comments about that? Violent reactions?
I'm gonna stay neutral.
Well, the whole show, we're not going to be neutral. We have so much excitement, so much energy as well. And of course, your parents are tuned in. We're guessing maybe some friends as well. So say hello to them, your radio debut.
Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in. Hope you guys enjoy the show.
Yes, and of course, we're going to get to know more about Lucas. We're going to get to know about his music, his new release that was released back in July. Right?
July 12th.
Okay, and you're going to perform it to us in just a bit.
Yep.
But once again, to all the monsters locked in, we are live on the radio on Facebook, Twitch, and on YouTube at RX931. But let's keep it going, okay? Chatting with you in just a bitty. But to give everybody a taste of your music, how about we perform your next song, or you perform your next song? Yep. You ready?
I'm good.
Okay. Shining the stage on you again, Monsters. Welcome to Faces of Indieground featuring Lucas Pison. People in the booth, make some noise.
All right. Hi, everybody. How are we sounding? Check. Mic check. How are we? Sound good? All right. So this is going to be a song that I released just a few months ago. It's called 5 a.m. Hope you guys like it. All the noises drown. Cream, paint my skin with your branches and leaves, but I can't contain the flame. Cause when I strike a satellite, I feel it burn, and now you're lighting up the night. There's no return. You will make the flame that set a fire in my life. Why must I hurt you to love you without pain? Now I feel the 5 a.m. sun. I remember the keys. Now I never leave the house. When the wheels click and scrape the ground, its length and sat in between, but I can't contain the flame. Cause when I strike or set a light, I feel it burn. And now you're lighting up the night, there's no return. You were made a flame that set a fire in my life. Why must I hurt you to love you without pain? Now I feel the 5 a.m. sun. Thank you.
Woohoo! People in the booth, make some noise. Wow.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh. Once again, to everybody who just tuned in, Lucas Pison from our Faces of Indieground. First and foremost, congratulations.
Thank
Your
you so
radio, live radio debut. How
Mhm.
was it? The whole thing so
It's kind
far.
of nerve-wracking.
Really?
It's a lot different than I expected. I don't know. Usually when I'm performing live in front of a crowd,
Mhm.
it's kind of like drowned out all the nerves and
Yeah.
everything by, I don't know, I'm like relying on the speakers, the acoustics in the room for it to sound okay. But this is like straight into the mic. Everybody can
Yeah.
hear everything that's going on. But I'm trying not to let it get into my head. I'm okay.
And you did such a great job.
Thank
Again,
you,
people in
thank
the
you.
booth, make some noise. Clap,
Yeah,
clap, clap,
thank
clap,
you.
clap. Again, to everybody who just tuned in, we are live, not just on the radio, but also on Facebook, as well as on YouTube and on Twitch.
Mhm.
Hi.
Hello everybody tuned in.
But the track that you just played for us, what is it all about? If I'm not mistaken, that is your recent release, your
Yes.
newest release. Can
Yes,
you tell
it
us more
is.
about that?
Yeah, okay. Actually, the song is centered around the metaphor of a tree. I'm not sure if that was very clear, but
Mhm.
basically, I had a bit of a rough patch, a bit of a falling out with a really good friend of mine. And this person I really saw as a tree because we
Mhm.
grew up together ever since we were kids.
Yeah.
And just like a tree, we kind of grew tall together. She loomed over me and protected me from storms.
Aw.
But by my own hand, I played with fire and I burned it down. I burned her down. So that friendship isn't really there anymore. And so the song it started out as a therapeutic thing.
Mhm.
Usually when I write songs, it's either for release or to kind of like heal my emotions and navigate through them. But this one was one of the therapeutic songs. It just so happened that when I started performing it live and I performed it for my family and friends, they loved it.
Mhm.
And so I just decided, you know what? Why not release it?
Yeah.
So
Do they know, though, who it's about?
yeah.
All your songs. Okay, we're going to talk more about your recent release, which we are actually playing in the background as
Mhm.
our music bed. So if you guys are like, oh, this is really nice.
Hope you like
That's it. That's it.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to talk more about that in just a bitty. But you are still in uni
Mm.
and you are looking quite young. Tell us about your music journey. How did it start for you? How did you know that, I like this. This is what I want to do?
Yeah. Well, it started when I was 9. I think that's really where it started.
Mhm.
I started playing the guitar first. So for those of you familiar with Sung Ha Jung, I fell in love with a guy. He was a really good fingerstyle guitar player. So I started out learning a few of his covers on my own. I had a guitar teacher here and there, but eventually, when I turned, I think that was around 17 in the pandemic,
Mhm.
I started to explore songwriting and music production because what else can you really do when you're just stuck in your room? So that's how I procrastinated and killed a lot of time in quarantine. So yeah, I released a few songs, a few projects back in the pandemic.
those of which are on a different profile. If you guys are, if you guys know it, there's Two Left Feet, which was our Indieground debut last time. Yellow Bell Street, which is I think one of my most streamed songs. That's on the profile Luke LUC. So I'm starting a new like artist journey now under Lucas Pison. So this is my new stuff. Yeah.
Why is that so?
I guess every artist kind of has that sort of evolution. I think Lizzie McAlpine put it best. She was on interview as well, and then she talked about how a lot of the songs that she put out in her latest records, she doesn't feel like they were very genuine. She feels like she was like pretending to be somebody else, and that's something that I really resonated with because that's definitely how I feel with my older stuff. I just feel like I have matured as an artist. I've learned so much since then, and I just want to start fresh. So,
Love that.
yeah.
Oh my gosh, so much wisdom also for someone. Well, not really. Wisdom does come regardless of any age. But it's really nice just talk to you about it. Very intentional with your music and, of course, with what you want to release and what your audience is also, what you want them to feel. But the question is, though, since you mentioned that, okay, this is a new slate, sort of, do you still perform your old songs?
I don't.
You
I think the last
don't?
time I did was, okay, not too long ago, maybe like last year, there was an open mic in Justin Pat's and I performed Loving Can Be Lovely. That was a song I released in 2022, I think, fresh out of the pandemic. And yeah, that was the last time I ever touched any of the old songs. I don't remember how any of them go really anymore. Yeah, just clean slate, completely clean. Yeah.
But now, how do you say would be or would differentiate your sound now compared to before?
Well, before my inspirations were kind of what was trending. So at the time it was Rex Orange County, it was Tom Misch, Bruno Major, and I think I really wanted to get that indie pop sound.
Yeah.
But whenever I finished writing or producing the song, I'd listen back to it and I didn't feel like it was me. And so for the first time in my life now, these songs feel like me. And I think it's because I've tapped into genres that I think I grew up with. I grew up with a lot of John Mayer and Kings of Convenience and Iron and Wine. And so that's a lot of the folk songs. So now some of my influences would be Adam Melcher or Ryan Beatty Claro, Adrian Lenker. So I think I just want to put a lot more heart and storytelling into my lyrics, and that's where it comes from.
And we can see it also. We can feel it, especially your first performance earlier, 5 a.m. Oh my gosh, we were like, oh, this is doing something with my heart, honestly.
Very emotional.
But with all the artists that you mentioned earlier, a dream collab.
Oh, dream collab.
Yeah,
Can
could-
it be international?
International first and then local.
Okay. International, that's pretty hard.
Anyone in the world.
I think right now I'd love to collaborate with maybe Claro.
Oh.
I'd love to collaborate with Claro. I love her new project. She's so good. It's so it's just different, you know. I haven't heard anything quite like it in her past releases. You can really see the maturity from Immunity all the way to Charm, and just I want to be in the studio with her. That'd be really cool. Yeah.
And local?
Local, that's hard. I think since I'm going with a more folk-ish sound, I'd love to collaborate with the Ridleys. Maybe one day. That would be really fun. I love their new album.
You did perform with them, sort of.
In the same lineup.
Yeah, same lineup.
I
How
hear
was
Benny
that?
Manaligo's a great songwriter, so I'd love to just sit in a room with him and like splash a song out.
Yeah, I remember like on social media seeing you guys. You had like an interaction as well, and you guys were just talking about like songwriting, producing. How did that go?
Oh, sorry? On social media?
Yeah, I can't. Or maybe it was like through Kayla Rivera or Migs. They mentioned it before. You kind of talked to Benny.
Oh yeah, well, we got to talk here and there because we're in Underdog. The label.
Yeah.
Shout out to Underdog Music. Yeah. So we see him in the office every now and then. I see him at gigs a lot, and yeah, I'm just very supportive of the Ridleys, and I'm very lucky that I have their support as well for my music journey. And yeah, it's just been great knowing them.
And since you already mentioned Underdog, you started as an Indieground artist, faces Indieground back in 2022, if I'm not mistaken, and then getting signed with Underdog. How has it been?
Actually, it's a funny story. I think I took the least common route into getting into Underdog, because I actually started as an intern at Underdog.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I did. So I took the opportunity from a friend of mine from the Ateneo Musicians Pool. So I applied. I had that interview, standard internship process, and yeah, it's a really tight knit team, and so I was able to get to know each and every one of them, and it's been great. And so I think it was Oh My Captain that I finished first.
Mm-hmm.
And so at the time, I was still distributing with DistroKid, which is an independent distributor
Yeah.
online. And I was planning to put it out through there. And I was telling Marty Franca,
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Underdog Head, he told me, why not just release it through Underdog? So that's pretty much how it started.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. Also, since you already have like a really nice relationship with the team moving forward, it's gonna be really exciting for all of you since you guys are like, okay, tight knit.
Oh, yeah.
We know each other. We like
Yeah,
each other.
yeah.
Yada yada
It's
yada.
a
And
little
speaking
family.
of releases, upcoming releases, you did do a whole performance. How do you call it though? Like the one in July with the Ridley's.
Oh, that was a single
Isamigo.
launch.
Oh, a single
Yeah,
launch. So
5
that was a
a.m.
single, the one that you performed also earlier.
Yeah.
How about upcoming music from you?
Upcoming music? Actually, I don't have a solid date yet in mind, but I've been working on a sort of a Christmas song with
Ooh.
a friend of mine, and we're hoping to put it out real soon. Nothing is set in stone yet because
Mhm.
it's still cooking, but yeah, it's definitely in the pipeline.
Will it be a single or will it be part of an EP?
It'll be a single for now. I think I'm just taking it single by single. just step by step.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
But plans on EPs maybe in the
Perhaps,
future?
fingers crossed. I have
Uh-huh.
a few songs in the vault, so I hope I can one day just churn them out and release it. Yeah.
And of course, once again, thank you so much. We are really excited for your last song.
Mhm.
And the people might be like, oh, what is he going to perform? Is it going to be maybe an older song? Does
be-
it involve like the title Captain also? Or is it like a completely different one? Can you give us like a teaser so
It'll be
people are like,
it'll be an unreleased one, a completely new one. So the song that I was talking about just now, the Christmas song, it's called Weather with You. So can I share a little bit about
Yeah,
the
for
song?
sure, go.
Okay. So yeah, it started out as a very sentimental song because the Burr months hit, and so you kind of feel like the Christmassy blues, and it's also about kind of a childhood friendship kind of thing. Because for me and Yuan, because we're actually Yuan Santiago's over here in the studio, and we were actually childhood friends together in a big group, and that group is kind of different now that we have grown up. And for me, Christmas was just spending time with them in my house. We would play cards, they'd play the piano, we'd be playing with my dog, and yeah, that was really Christmas for me. But now that we're older, everybody's in college, everybody's working, it's a lot harder to plan reunions now. And so I think I was just feeling really nostalgic about that like Christmas time. So that's what the song is about. It's like sort of a Christmas song, but not a Christmas song because it's sad.
yeah.
But yeah.
Sort of like a Christmas song, maybe not a Christmas
Yeah,
song.
so
Okay.
it's up to you guys to interpret
Yeah.
the song. Yeah.
And we are really, really excited to just hear it from you. And of course, first time here
Mhm.
on The Monster, Faces of Indieground with Lucas Pison. Last batch of greets before we proceed.
Oh, last batch of greets. Thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. This has been a really wonderful opportunity. I can't wait to be back. And I have a gig, actually, a live gig on Friday for the single launch of a good friend of mine. His name is Austri. That's his EP launch, sorry. And I'll be joined with Oz Kabuhat, Mayfly, and Franz Gico as well. So please come to the gig. That's in Imagine Marikina, September 13 at, I think doors open at 7 p.m. So hope to see you there.
Woohoo! Once again, Lucas, but some people in the booth, make some noise. And of course, for his last live performance for this evening, once again, ladies and gents, thank you all so much for joining us. It is Faces of Indieground. We're going to do more of this very, very soon. And maybe in the next couple of months, next couple of weeks. Once again, my name is Gail, filling in for Kayla Rivera with a very special guest this evening. Once again, if you just tuned in, we are live not just on the radio, but also online on Facebook, Twitch, and on YouTube. And now, without further ado, ladies and gents, monsters, Lucas Pison, make some noise.
Sound check. Sound check, sound check. How are we sounding? Let's make sure it sounds good. All good? Alright. Alright, so this is Weather with You. Hope you guys like it.
See the stars in line on a lamppost. Music fills the flowered streets. Make yourselves at home, keep the doors closed. How the dog goes running free. Try to play the living room piano. I could have sworn these cards were complete. We could sneak a drink now, they're sleeping on the second floor. Could I ask for anything more? When I could feel the cold was coming, 1st to 25th I'm counting. Lately something's different in the air. So I hold myself just like a child, look back on what we knew and weather through. Weather with you. Weather with you. Hung on lights we bought in September. Open bottles of beers I can't drink. We'll gather around, we'll say a little prayer before we eat. While my sister runs to flee. Drunken spillage to cover loose end. A family tradition on making me feel less. Realization is this why she took on 20 bathroom trips. Smoking packs to feel a buzz in her ear. Now I'm waiting for the kick to come in. 1st to 25th, I'm counting different cars to calculate the time. So I hold myself just like a child, look back on what we knew and weather through. Weather with you. Weather with you. Thank you.
Monster exclusive interview. Monster exclusive interview. Only from Manila's hottest. Monster RX93.1.